the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been know my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now these on a data. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo.
Feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts had turned to dream, cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm born to it's talking, it's hustling me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to look out, it's clear to see. All eyes on me, 400 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy, does it. In public, hated and love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player. You ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Lose 5-7. Lose 5-7.
They'll run it. That's how they go. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
That's what I do. Come on now, oh, come on now, let's go.
Tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Here we go, here we go. Waiting.
Wentz now on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Come on now. Come on now.
Second
Let's
and
go.
10 again from the 41.
Four down.
Wait, son.
Once again, on second and 10. The connection from Nelson Aguilar. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Four down.
Attack here. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Tight end right. Even. Four down.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
Three down.
Shorty.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking deep for his tight end Ertz. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Elliott puts this one through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. 188. 26.
Here's the play carry for Elliott. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 44. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Tight.
On 2nd down, he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Go,
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
We got 4.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. And it's a short one complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3.
Here we go. Wide 80.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Here we go. Wide 80.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4.
26.
This is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Last punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 13. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. And out now come the Eagles. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. There also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10.
Liz 5-3. Liz 5-3. Touch. 120. Touch.
Back to the air on second down. Wills is going to float this over the middle. This is taken in. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Wentz able to hook up with Aguilar for a big gain. 44 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10.
Hey.
46 down, man.
And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because
Hang in there
they
now.
have
Hang
taken
in
their
there now.
attention to the blitzers, freed up the D linemen to make the play.
Don't go. 120. 82. What's your son?
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Here to his running back. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
Let's overload.
Touch. 120.
Hey, they're scared.
Jeffrey's good. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Hang in there now. Hang in there
into
now.
the red zone for the first time.
Liz 5-3.
They
Liz
got a
5-3.
first and goal just inside the 5.
Right there. 54. Right there.
Liz touch. Touch.
And he's to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal.
46 down, man. 5-4. There we go. Back. 120.
Well, that's two yards left. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They come out here in the air.
Listen!
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's get it.
Third down. That's King. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's what
This has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Touchdown, baby, you.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go. Wide 8. 26.
Prescott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
47. Here we go, 47. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got it over Lawrence. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And that one results in 35 yards.
47.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Rasul Douglas there to get him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, if you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Get out.
Everyone's got 4 down.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Here we go, get out.
2 times. 4 down.
26.
Receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
We got 4. We got 4.
26.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of
It's a foot race. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. 180.
So that's for the INT. Here's stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. A gain of 6 there on first. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play.
Shorty.
Is he takes away having to make those slides in the pocket to find the angle and get the ball through. He just goes right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Yeah, baby! Woo!
Come on now. Let's go.
Sponge! No!
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
Come on now.
Eagles
Come on now.
3rd
Let's go.
down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Sunday.
Shift! Watch the shift!
Here we go. 180. Hold on.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ramp.
Hey, we got 4.
What's this on?
Inside the 10 now to the 9. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Go. 280.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Cooper on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
4 down, 4 down.
Everybody count. 26. 26.
Check out the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Kid, 21, kid, 21.
Gun.
Single.
There we go.
2nd down throw for Prescott. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Here we go, 46.
4, check 4.
46.
But he takes it up to the 40. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
58, boys.
26.
First down, Prescott. Screen to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We got 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Gun.
4 down. Check.
26.
And again, it's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with the
Ampersand?
I like it.
Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Cooper on the return. take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Four down, four down, four down.
Switch, and hey. 26.
Back to the pick six. Prescott. Flushed out right. And some room to work. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to his stop. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Single. I got a single in the slot. Single in the slot.
26.
Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sack dead.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Four down.
Here we go. 180. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Brown. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Don't go. 180.
Mike 55.
They go play action here on 1st down. At the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Give him 30 yards there.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
Cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Don't go. 180.
Final shot beforehand for Wentz. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? think they were just bad plays to call.
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Tight end right.
What do you think? What do you think?
Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Emmanuel Agba in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 180. 26.
It's brought in by Kevin Ray. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Oh, yeah!
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
47. Here we go. 46. 46. 46.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott is going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
We know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Raymond now on a return. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the score is still up there, and the game's going to go out, something to see another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Get him, boys!
Enough to give him a new set of downs. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Come on now, come on now, let's go.
After the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Rip.
They'll run it out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
From the gun on 3rd down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Oh. What's your son? What's your son?
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Liz. There we go. Back man. Luigi.
Play action. It's Wentz. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey.
What's your son?
Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Crash. 3 down.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
Scrimmage the 37 on 1st and 10.
Lefty.
Mike's 50.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse.
Come on now.
Not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
They want to draw here on 2nd down. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Get him, baby. Boom.
So now facing a 3rd and 16 following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction.
There we go. Back man. Luigi. What's up?
3 down.
For Tokyo.
They'll run it now. And we'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will swell the lead to 16. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
4 down, 4 down.
They start the ground with Elliott. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down, 4 down.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Second down, Prescott. And that is incomplete here.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead going to an opposite color jersey.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You go 46, 46.
46. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw.
Prescott down. Room to run past midfield. Play to Elliott. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
We got 4.
26.
1st and 10 on Prescott. He's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Watch that end, tight end.
You go 47. You go 46, 46. 26.
Inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Here's Prescott. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Nigel Brown in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
4 down. 4 down. Check.
26.
Now Prescott. Steps up under pressure again, and down he goes again. Derek Barnett in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Switch is 8. 26.
And that is incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time. He gets to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
But when it all comes together, you get the field goal block. It's been designed. It's been drawn up. Everyone has to feel good about on that side of the ball. How about that one there? To the left side, knew what they had. That's where they wanted to be, and they got their designated guy turned free.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal.
Go. 120.
And on the field they go with the running back. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Go. He running.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football. But they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Stack.
Watch out.
Shit.
Big edge.
And they'll try to bring it in here with the running back. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.